Hey guys, we're at the airport, about to go to Taiwan. Hello people, we are currently walking through the night market. So we just had some short rib here. You can see them frying it, and they turns into that over there. And then they season the shit out of it and give it to us in a little bag. And then Amy eats 10 of them. Woo! Chicken feet! Hey guys, we are here at Shikong Dim Sum Place. There is a typhoon a-brewing and a lot of restaurants are closed today, so Amy and I decided to get out of bed at 2:30 p.m. and go to a very touristy area to grab some food. So we're going to review some of the things we get. How was it?
So the steamed barbecue pork buns are pretty good. Pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Could use some more filling though. These are chili wontons.
Hello and welcome. We just finished having some wonderful dim sum, which is more like mid dim sum. And me being the fatty I am, I was like, oh man, let's go get some more food. So we got some lu rao fan, which is a Taiwanese delicacy, which is basically braised pork over rice. So let's give it a try. It's pretty good. The pork is really sweet. A little salty. It has an egg with it too. Just a fried egg. But it's pretty good. Honestly, this is like a pretty good like brunch or breakfast type item. Or even like a post-workout snack. This would be pretty good to eat, honestly. It reminds me of like some typical gym bro meal where they go to the gym and they make some ground beef and rice and no salt or any seasoning because they don't want the extra calories. But this, pretty flavorful. You can definitely see the appeal to it. I have no idea how they prepare the pork or anything, but super sweet, super, I don't want to say gooey, but kind of like melts in your mouth a little bit. That's kind of been the thing with a lot of the pork dishes we get here. We got a pork bun the other day, another like braised pork dish, and the pork, like you just put in, like as soon as you put it into your mouth, it kind of just melts away, all the fat and stuff. It's very good stuff. I remember I dropped a piece of it on the table and I was just trying to pick it up, but like I was like picking it up and it just kept like melting in my hands. So, and this whole thing cost 70 new Taiwan dollars, which converting that is about $2.20. Hello ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Benkiao Night Market, here to get some delicious street food and hopefully some stinky tofu. Wieners. We got a black pepper pork bun here. The guy gave it to me, it's ripping hot, so I might burn myself eating this, but it's pretty good. You can definitely taste the black pepper. Very flavorful. It's loaded with meat, if you can see that. But very good. This costs about $2 whole for this entire thing. Pretty good deal if you ask me. wowzers. What'd you get?
We got a mystery meat sandwich. It has spicy sauce, cabbage, onion, mustard on it, and then I'm pretty sure it's pork, but it might be chicken. I don't know. And then he grilled it.
I got super spicy dumplings and chicken. Let's go ahead and give the Dumpys a taste. I'm heavily gonna regret this. The sauce they're in is completely red. A lot of garlic on it, which looks good. A lot of chili oil on top. And some sort of seasoning. Not really sure what it is. Sorry, I'm having a really hard time trying to grab this dumpling. It's a little spicy. So the guy asked us the spice level, and I picked the spiciest one. And he looked at me like, "Really?" And I said, "Really." Don't regret it so far. It's a little spicy, but it'll be okay. Giant ball swinging in the air. At this giant ball. We are currently in the 101 Taipei Tower, and this giant ball stops this entire building from swinging, falling, and killing everybody. I'm here with Amy Singh, #1 reporter. Do you have anything you'd like to share?
I'm here currently reading about dampers. This is just talking about where dampers came from in other countries. So they actually originated in Japan, which makes sense because there's a lot of earthquakes and big weather there that they want to counteract. And then I thought this was a pretty good superlative. Most unique looking skyscraper with a damper. Who got to say that this building in Malaysia is the most unique? I don't know, but someone decided that.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the Pump House. What is it called? The Drinking Water Museum. This is where they used to make drinking water for all of Taipei. I'm here joined today with Amy Singh. Amy Singh, Chief Meteorologist, back at it again. Amy Singh, do you have a few words you'd like to say?
Good afternoon. I would be happy to tell you about the water museum that we are here in today. So specifically what you are looking at now is some older equipment. There's explanations around some of them, but there's different types of pumps here that were used for different things. Obviously, this is not what they are using today, but it is here with some information for you to learn about it. Most of the things are unplugged, so you can touch them, but they won't work. Well, because there's electrical wires, it looks a little scary. But we can start off with talking about what these are right here.
These here were used as surge protection, so your little outlet thing that goes underneath your desk. Yeah, this is a bigger version of that. So in case they got shocked by lightning or any big electrical disturbances, that would help protect them. And then this thing here is the actual motor. And then over there, that is the actual pump. Today you'll see in a lot of manufacturing areas, these two things are combined into one unit now. But I guess in the olden days, they kept them separate. So the thing on the left here, that rotates basically, and then it spins a metal shaft right there in the middle, and that turns the pump and pushes water through at probably a very, very high rate. I often wonder, or not often, because this is the first time I've ever come here, but I wonder how many people have died in this building. Bum, bum, bum.
So back to the more interesting facts and figures about the history of Taiwan's public water system. So something really interesting that I've learned here is how they used to charge for the water. So of course today we have water meters. You can see a few examples here. These are more modern. But water meters is how the government or agency knows how much to charge us based on how much water we use. But although they've had meters for the history of providing water to the citizens of Taiwan, the meters didn't work very well. So they charge on a per head basis. So you're basically just charged for your water based on how many people were in your household. And it said there that the charge per household when this started in about the 60s, I believe, was only 100 Japanese yen per person per head in your household, which is a very small number. Today, that is less than $1. It's about 66 cents. So I'm sure it's a little bit of an improper conversion, but it was very inexpensive. And then, of course, as their meters and technology advanced, then they were able to charge based on usage. But of course, the next step in that, when charging based on usage, was charging with a paper ticket. So someone would read the meter and then give you a paper ticket and just kind of hope you pay. Today, now the country has a more modern system where you just pay your bill, it's sent electronically, and you can pay it at the convenience store, pay it online, or mail in a check. But they've now modernized per the way that we would pay our electric or water bills at home.
We are on our last day here in Taipei. Amy is going to Vietnam, and I am off to Thailand because somebody filled out their visa incorrectly and only realized, thanks to a wonderful smart person next to me, that it was filled out incorrectly 20 minutes before the visa offices closed. So we quite literally ran to the Vietnam consulate here in Taipei, and they said they couldn't help me with the visa. So now I'm basically SOL until Monday, waiting for the offices to open back up. And Monday, I already have a rushed order in, but they emailed me about 20 minutes ago saying that they can't get to it until Monday. So I'm going to go to Bangkok because it's about like a 45-minute flight there, and it's a lot cheaper than flying here back to Vietnam. So I'm going to go there, hang out till Monday, and meet back up with Amy. But we're leaving the city here in Taiwan. It's been a wonderful time. What do you think of it?
I enjoyed our time in Taiwan despite the unfortunate ending to our trip, but that is not the city nor the country's fault. I had a really enjoyable time. I think Taiwan wasn't really originally on our itinerary, but it was conveniently located in terms of our flight path. So it was a nice change of pace and a good place to spend a week. A little bit of different food, different culture, different activities. They had quite a lot of museums here. We actually went to 2 different ones today. One of the most interesting ones I thought that we visited this week was called the Amma Museum, and it talked about comfort women that basically were utilized by Japanese soldiers during the time of occupation. And it was interesting to go to that museum and hear the stories of the women there, because we heard similar stories in Korea and the exploitation of their women there. So it's interesting to travel around and see things kind of come full circle and hear different countries and communities' experience of similar events. So that was something really interesting that I've learned while we're here.
Yeah, we did a lot of walking today. Honestly, one of my favorite parts was all the food we got to try. We got braised pork buns, we got black pepper buns, we got different kinds of buns. We got really, really spicy noodles earlier, or not noodles, dumplings. I could not find stinky tofu, which was a little disappointing. That's one of the mainstay dishes here in the night markets especially. And apparently it smells really bad or interesting, but it tastes really good. And I couldn't find it. We did have hot pot yesterday, though, and that was really good. They had a lot of different options there. It was a self-service bar, and they had an ice cream machine with no limit on the ice cream you could get. So that was really good. What was your favorite thing you've eaten?
Ooh, my favorite thing I've eaten this whole time is probably the Chinese food that we had. Um, I will say, although I did enjoy our hot pot and some of the other things that we tried, just not my favorite. But that doesn't mean there's necessarily anything wrong with it. Also, I mean, we did have some good food, some good xiaolongbao and other dumplings, and I think everything tasted a lot better because it was very cheap. For example, our hot pot yesterday with the self-service bar and all-you-can-eat ice cream ended up being what, like $12 a person. And honestly, like when we spend $10 to $15 per person on a meal here, that has been our expensive meals. Our breakfast this morning, or well, our lunch really was $6 total, and we got 2 meat sandwiches and 2 milk teas. So that was really inexpensive. So it has been nice. I think everything tastes a little better when it is really cheap.
Yeah. Well, see y'all later.